What is up, everybody? It is time for some more matches. Along with these, we're going to talk about something different tonight. Because over the weekend, I went to see... No, okay, hold on. Let's get started. I found out if you put the entrances on, by the way, and you're like a face or a heel, they actually give cool commentary during those. So I might turn them back on soon, just so we can start hearing that a little bit. It's my test character.
A superstar gets a certain feeling.
But over the weekend, I went to see a wrestling company, indie group, called Pro Wrestling Syndicate. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but I hadn't up until we went to see them. My buddy Kyle and I, the one I always talk about when we watch wrestling pay-per-views together and all that kind of stuff. For the past year or two, we've been trying to go to as many local indie-type shows as possible, just to get... We both really like wrestling. We're wrestling friends, like if you're watching Betweeners. Funny British show. The one kid says, "You're my football friend," because instead of being real life friends, they're just football friends. Soccer, football, of course. But Kyle and I are real friends. But he is my wrestling friend, that's what we say to each other. That's kind of irrelevant, but that's why you always hear me talk about him when we do this shit. But we've been doing a lot of different wrestling shows, and he was like, "Hey, I really want to see Teddy Hart. He is at PWS, Pro Wrestling Syndicate. Blah, blah, blah. Do you want to go? We get front row tickets like we always do." So we got front row. We drove to New Jersey. It was about an hour and a half drive both ways for us. On the way there, we decided to stop at Hooters for dinner. So I threw on Twitter, Hooters and Boobs, or Wrestling and Boobs, All-American Road Trip. Hooters' actual account liked it, which I thought was pretty funny. But you're here for the important stuff. You're here for the wrestling.
That'll leave a mark.
As a whole, I'm going to say that at PWS, again, Pro Wrestling Syndicate, they will be referred to as PWS from here on out. They are probably the best indie group I've ever seen. We've seen a bunch now. Like I've seen Ring of Honor, seen a bunch of Chikara, seen some of their local like PPW, some other random shit. Shit as a relative term. But PWS is probably one of my favorite brand new indie groups. While Kyle and I were watching the pay-per-view, or whatever you want to call it, we both said that it was probably out of the 2 years we've been doing this, it's probably our favorite card we've ever seen live. So let me tell you why. I have my notes here on the side. I'll do my best to try to read them as we go, like I always do.
That's exactly what we're seeing here.
First of all, apparently, one Mick Foley runs PWS. I never heard of it before now. I never knew he did this on the side for fun. But apparently that's the thing he does. So I got to hear Mick Foley talk a lot as the manager/commissioner.
And there's some more emotion on display.
There was a bunch of legends there, like franchise Shane Douglas, Bret Hart, Nash and Hall, like a shitload of old wrestlers. They're oldest wrestlers. So it's actually super freaking cool for that stuff alone. We're just going to manhandle the son of a bitch. Get out of the corner.
Talk about catching a beating.
He's going to the top rope.
He's got some evil intentions.
But
what makes Bray Wyatt so dangerous?
Try to focus on hit my finisher here. Oh shit, I can't do it yet. Never mind. There we go. So, along with all those older guys being there, it was Necro Butcher's retirement match.
And he's heading back in.
I thought he was one of those scary guys like Abdullah the Butcher that bled all the time. I guess he wasn't. At least not from what I saw. But we'll get to that at the end. So there was a bunch of matches.
My God, his body's been through
it started off.
Have bore the brunt of the attack.
And I hope we can get a doctor out here as a precaution. Damaged ribs
it started off with a bunch of commentary. A bunch of people talking about what tonight was going to be. Their ring announcer is extremely annoying to me. He was periscoping the whole time. So he would talk and be obnoxious. And then stand in front of us and periscope off his phone to be cool. And I really don't like that at all, to be honest with you, because he was always in the way. And you could hear him
known about the personal life. That's it.
You could hear him yelling while he was periscoping, which is kind of annoying. But I'm going to run down the matches that we have here. One of the first ones. I'm trying to read the card off my computer while I do this. And I feel like this match is missing on here. Okay. I think we'll be able to do okay. So one of the matches was a wrestler named Homicide, who I've never seen. He seemed like the hardcore New Jack Outlaws kind of guy. He fought Dan the Beast Severn. Dan the Beast was there, looking pretty old. It was not really the greatest match because obviously an old guy from UFC is not going to take a beating. So that wasn't that great, but it was decent enough. There was a tag team match between the Handicapped Heroes versus the Urban Legends. The Handicapped Heroes, as goofy as it sounds, or maybe not, I don't know the proper word for what I'm trying to say here. It's Zach. I want to say his last name's Gowan. He's the kid that has a prosthetic leg. He was in WCW for a little bit, or TNA, and they threw his leg into the crowd as part of one of the promos. But it's him and a guy that has MS. They are the Handicapped Heroes, and they fought this oversized tag team that you would have thought would have kicked their ass. But of course, the good guys always win, which kind of ridiculous, of course. But it was really cool to see. They both seemed happy as hell the entire time. The Handicapped Heroes, and their happiness alone made the match fucking awesome. It was just really cool that they had they had an opportunity to wrestle there and have fun. They have DVDs, autographs, all that good stuff. Full-blown tag team. Don't sleep on them. There was supposed to be a match between Phil Baroni and New Jack. I don't know who Phil Baroni is, but everyone should know who New Jack is. He is part of Natural Born Killers. What the fuck was his tag? He was an old school ECW guy. And they used to come out to Natural Born Killers. And everyone would throw up the X along to the music and get fucking hyped as shit. So, we're having a nice little promo stuff. In between matches, the annoying ring announcers in there talking about shit. And all of a sudden, the bomb from the beginning of Natural Born Killers kicks in. And if you've never heard that song before, go listen to that song real quick. Or go watch an old, was New Jack and Mustafa in ECW. Go watch one of the old entrances. It's the craziest fucking thing ever, and it's awesome. So, the bomb drops, the music starts playing, everyone starts throwing their hands up and nod their head to the beat. Not enough people threw X's up the whole time. I was one of them because I fucking know how New Jack rolls. It was weird that not everybody did it, but it is what it is. So he comes out, and he was always a crazy motherfucker. There's a story where some kid wanted to wrestle him and wanted to get bladed. Actual kid. He was 17 years old, I think, and wanted to fight New Jack in the ring, so he was like, yeah, fuck you, we'll do it. He bladed the kid too hard, and actually, he either injured him or killed him. But something horrible happened to this kid from New Jack. So he's fucking crazy. Also, his forehead looks like worse ratted up scar tissue meat than Devon Dudley's or Flair's. His forehead is just beat to shit from years of being hardcore EC dubs. But he comes out, his arm's wrapped, he can barely hold his arm up. He's like, I'm supposed to fight some motherfucker named Phil, and motherfucking Phil's not here tonight. So I don't give a fuck who I fight. I'm gonna fight some motherfucker, I'm gonna kick his fucking ass. Just F-bombs like crazy, everyone's going fucking nuts, it's the funniest thing ever. He goes, I'm glad fucking Phil's not here. I got a motherfucking knife in my fucking van, I would've fucking stabbed him right in his goddamn throat. And just completely goes off. And it was hysterical. Everyone's cheering, getting amped the fuck up. Ooh, that's a dramatic shot. So he comes out of the ring, and he's coming around nearby people, And like, I was in the front corner-ish, so when people made their rounds, I could give them the high fives or shake their hands and shit like that. Like I shook Bret Hart's hand earlier in the night. I went to shake New Jack's hand, but I didn't do the handshake. I kind of like threw up the X and like pound the X, and he gives me this dirty look, probably because I'm a nerdy ass fucking white kid with my fucking hipster glasses, just staring at him. But he gives me this dirty look and like bumps me back, and I thought he was gonna fucking punch me in my goddamn face. And even my buddy Kyle was like, "You're lucky he didn't goddamn stab you." And I said, "You know what? After I did what I did, I thought about it and panicked a little bit on the inside."
Looking for the senton. This one's in the books.
No kidding. That had to
But
hurt.
it was terrifying. It was probably one of the dumber things I
I'm
did.
not sure if he knows where he is right now.
He's setting up.
So he comes out, runs his mouth. He goes backstage, everything calms down. After that was probably one of the greatest matches I've ever seen live. It was a 6-way title match, according to the card that I'm reading online. I don't remember a title being involved in it, though. So we'll ignore that part. It was between Andy Harner versus Bret, Gakiya versus CJ Esparza versus Facade versus Tony Deppen versus David Starr. Two of those guys are a tag team named High Voltage, I believe. They were pretty cool. I met them after the thing. The one dude, David Starr, is if Colt Cabana was a heel, that's what David Starr is. He's yelling curse words, flipping people off, but super proud of being Jewish. I can respect it. It was pretty cool. But they put on one of the sickest tag team matches, or not tag team, six-man way non-tag team matches I've ever seen. All sorts of cool aerial shit. One guy basically got pushed off the top rope out on the concrete, just kind of flopped, took it like a champ. One guy backflipped off of the top turnbuckle to the concrete, landed on people. It was awesome. Just all sorts of sick fucking moves. One dude got his nose busted open. Crazy aerial shit. Just so fucking good. When it comes out, when the PW Supercard comes out on like Smart Mark Video, where the hell it's gonna come out on, everyone needs to see this goddamn match because it was that good. I can't hype it up enough. They did like a couple 6-man moves where like one guy had someone else set up for like the Randy Orton DDT off of the second rope. The second guy walked behind him and kind of like put his arms around his neck for a belly to back suplex. The next guy walked up and put his arms around the next guy's neck to do a neck breaker. And they stack ranked 5 people and did a 5-person move. Just the whole thing was so fucking good. I bought David Starr's hat after the match because I thought they were so awesome. It was funny because when I walked up to him, I get really goofy and giddy about stupid things. A lot of people say I have childlike wonder at work, and no one says it to me as an insult. I just like, I have bright eyes, I guess. I've heard from many people. And my eyes light up about silly, goofy things, and it's just cool to me. So I walked up to him, and on my way up, like, I guess I already had the look on his face, because he was like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" with this big grin on his face, like, just for me walking up to him. And I got all freaking, like, little boy giddy. I was like, "Oh my god, your match is so cool. That was so fucking sick. You're so cool." And he was laughing. He's like, "Thanks so much, dude." And I bullshitted with him a little bit, which is one of my favorite things of going to wrestling shows. When I get to meet, like, the wrestlers that you never really know. Like, that's how I met AJ Styles, to go back to my first love. But it's cool to be able to meet those people, especially when they bust their ass for me. I'll see if they say anything before this starts. I'll finish my start here. I'm actually going to watch the fucking video this time. I don't want to be healing anymore, though. I still don't like that.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, ladies.
My other character comes out the Sami Zayn song with like a...
The roof nearly blew up the arena for this superstar.
See?
I don't know about you, but I fully expect this match to steal the show.
So they give you like cool credits in the beginning. Cool kudos. Those eyelashes. See, everyone likes me. Why the fuck am I still a heel? Good enough. Nope, no Brock Lesnar music, because then that's how we get a strike.
Oftentimes in our business,
so there's also some other like speeches. Balls Mahoney was supposed to be at the card I saw, but he died a month or two ago, so his family was there. They did a nice little thing for him. Bret Hart came out and talked about I guess it's his nephew, Teddy Hart. He kind of looks like a Hart family member, but not really. I never heard of him before, but like I said, my buddy Kyle, I want to see him so bad. That match was up next.
Great to see Lesnar.
Him versus Shynron.
What are your thoughts
and again, super fucking sick match. Just kind of crazy high flying stuff between them. Teddy Hart's finisher is also called the Heart Attack, which when the Hart Foundation did it was a elbow drop off of a backbreaker, basically. Teddy Hart just kind of throws the dude up in the air and gives him a 2 knees up backbreaker. Kind of, I think it's what Del Rio does. But think about throwing somebody up straight up in the air, having them come down back first on top of you, but you putting both your knees up across their back and pulling them down on top of your knees. Teddy Hart did to Shynron, something like that. 3 times. After every one, he kept pointing and was like, one more. They did some cool high flying shit. And I had my wrestling debut, and if I find it, when I find the match online, I'm going to put a clip show of all the times I think I was on tape for this card. I was on one of the corners of the ring, and I didn't notice Teddy Hart point to where I was standing, but they kind of like locked up, and Kyle goes, "You should probably get the fuck out of the way." So I was half paying attention, because I was like, yeah, okay. And right at that point, Teddy Hart Irish whips Shynron. He Irish whips him at me at the barricade. Barricade goes flying into us. I was just quick enough to get the fuck out of the way, but I bet the look on my face has to be priceless. It has to be goddamn ridiculous. So that match was awesome. One thing about Teddy Hart that I now know, it seemed like he had no personality at the beginning of the match, but at the end of the night he was all fucking fired up and was like, "Thank you everyone so fucking much for coming out, blah blah blah." Tons of personality out of that kid. But he's also a really good wrestler. Like, I was super impressed by all the cool shit he did during that night.
If you want to be scared out of your shoes, just
Suplex City, bitch.
He's done.
That'll get your opponent fired up.
But that match was really cool. He didn't see it until after he fought, but Shynron liked my tweet to him from my way up, and I was like, "Hey bud, coming up to see you, kick some ass." Only because it's funny to me to fuck with Kyle and root for things he likes to lose. That'll do. I'm a good friend about that shit. But Teddy Hart also comes out with his cat, like Mr. Whiskers or some bullshit. And the cat was on the turnbuckle for a little bit. Teddy holds the cat for like a minute or two before the match starts. Like, he loves his goddamn cat. It's the funniest thing ever. So that was awesome too. After that match, everything slowed down a little bit for whatever reason, because they wanted to have a KAIJU Big Battle versus PWS match. So it was people in the big rubber kaiju suits, which if you've never watched, if you picture like a Godzilla movie but in a wrestling ring, that's what kaiju is. They even put buildings in the ring. It's pretty much like wrestling as a movie kind of deal. Still very cool. It's like Japanese lucha, instead of luchadors, it's rubber monsters. So all these people come out to fight. I asked the one guy to give me a high five in his rubber costume. He didn't do it. I laughed and said, "Haha, okay, what about a high flipper, a high tentacle?" He walks away. I think he's an asshole. This next guy comes up looking like a goddamn big giant pelican, like making weird pelican noises and stuff. He walks up. Suplex City, bitch. He walks up to me. I was like, "High five," and he just stared at me because he didn't have.
If he wants to keep going now.
Why can't I do my his special?
God, there was nothing accurate about that attempt at offense.
Oh, you're being too kind. Some people
Why won't the
use
special thing
other
come up?
words to describe what we
Can you only
just
still win a
witnessed.
match? We never fought this much. I never knew that. That's okay.
Going to the top.
So I was like, high five. You stared at me. I was like, high flipper.
I don't know how much
Got really,
longer-
shit, I got really excited about it, like I do. Again, childlike wonderment.
No kidding, this guy
The dude
needs
actually
some
gave me a
serious
high five
medical
with his
attention.
fucking duck hand, and that made me laugh hysterically.
He takes to the air.
Wow.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, it doesn't count then. That's cool. Is this the guy that has...
Past the ring at the thousands and thousands of WWE fans in attendance. Each and every one of them are having a great time
has the
tonight.
superplex off the top?
You always have a
Don't
great
run at me,
time
dickhead.
When you attend the WWE event live, just like we are here tonight. This is wonderful.
So they wrestled for a little bit. Lost train of thought there, sorry. Eventually, the fucking New Jack music drops again. He runs in the ring, comes out, fucking clears house with his plastic chair.
What a move. What
Fuck
a smart
you.
move. Brock Lesnar with a nice reversal. Oh, and he gets leveled.
We can't play around anymore. He might fucking beat me.
He's got his eyes set on his chest.
But so New Jack comes in, clears the house with all the poor freaking rubber mask monsters and Starman and fucking fake RoboCop and all sorts of cool stuff.
To keep going now.
But that was neat.
Triangle stretch.
But that brings us to the match of the night,
One of my all-time
which
favorites.
was Necro the
There's
Butcher's
no
retirement
escaping
match,
this.
basically. It was Necro Random Wrestler 1 and Random Wrestler 2 against Sabu, like the Sabu from ECW, with his scary manager lady who has giant boobs, which is very distracting. It was him, Rhino, which everyone gets fucking amped up for because everyone loves Rhino. Gore, gore, gore. Everyone gets hyped up as shit, starts chanting for him. It's fun. And some random guy, Devon Moore, who I don't know.
Man, this guy looks
But that was
like
a guy
he's ready
too.
to tear through the entire locker room.
But so they were all... It was a decent enough match. Sabu just beat the shit out of Necro Butcher with a chair the whole time. Some of the other wrestlers that were got knocked down by me, or what the Devon Moore kid that was on their team walked by and made some comment like, "Thank fucking God I'm not on that team because I'll be getting hit with that stuff." So that was pretty cool. But the highlight of that match, there was two actually. Number one, Rhino is nearby me. He looks over at me. I have an empty plastic solo cup with just ice in it. He puts his hand out. I hand him my empty cup. And he fucking hits somebody in the head with a freaking red plastic cup. Ice goes flying. Ice and water go flying across somebody across the ring.
Yeah, say
I
these
laughed
two hate
hysterically
each
that
other
it
would be an
happened. It was
understatement.
really fucking funny to me.
Look at him go, Cole.
And that's my other big moment on that pay-per-view that I'm really looking forward to on TV to see what my stupid face looked like. But that was good. And then at the end of that, New Jack came out one last time, beat the shit out of everybody, beat the shit out of some people with some weapons. It ended kind of awkwardly because Sabu and Rhino were like kind of behind me because that's how they could get backstage.
This might not end well.
And Rhino just looked at Sabu and was like, "Dude, we're done now. Let's go home." And this is while Sabu, while New Jack was still in the ring, like beating the shit out of some random people. So it's kind of awkward just to see them all like give up. But the end of it just kind of ended, and it was kind of awkward with how it ended. So the ending wasn't that good. But at the end of it, Mick Foley retired as commissioner of PWS. Necro Butcher is now the manager of PWS, now that he retired, which is cool. He thanked everybody. Everyone came out to thank him. It was actually a really touching moment. And then, I guess Necro's fiance came out, so he called her up to the ring for like his goodbye thing. And he got down and proposed to her. So everyone starts freaking the fuck out. Shit!
He's ready to end this thing now.
Everyone starts freaking the fuck out, does the yes chant. She says yes, which is awesome. It was really... I mean, it wasn't really a wrestling way to end wrestling, but it ended wrestling. It was interesting. But that's when Teddy Hart came out again, started screaming, "Everyone get the fuck up, this is so cool. Thank you all for coming, blah, blah, blah."
For those at home wondering
But
if there's a strategy when you're about to go
seriously, one of the greatest wrestling things I've ever seen. And if they ever come nearby anyone that watches these videos, Pro Wrestling Syndicate, you have to go see it. If not, watch for the Supercard to come out online probably the next couple weeks, since they taped it while we were there. You will see me. I had if you see people get thrown into barricades, I'm by there. I had my hipster glasses on. I had a Jason Voorhees t-shirt on. That's me. If you see that, you know, wave to me on TV. It'll be cool. If not, I'm gonna try to find the video too, and just put the clips of me on YouTube because it's funny to me. But look for it. And if you're not gonna look for that, and you like wrestling, see if there's anything by your house, your collective homes, where they do wrestling night, because it's really cool to see some indie wrestling. It's people working for almost absolutely nothing to try to impress you, and they're way fucking appreciative of anything you do for them. They'll happily sit there and talk to you for a couple minutes about wrestling if you want to. It's a really, really cool thing. Everyone should do it. That's my speech. Fuck Triple H, he got busted open 2 weeks in a row. He is a bitch. Some would say. That's a wrestling episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Again, check out PWS, Pro Wrestling Syndicate, if you can. Check out their Supercard. One of my new favorite wrestlers is David Starr. He is the man. Check out some clips of him if you can, too. See everyone later. Peace.